What up, pimps? What is going on, everybody? I'll be damned. I'm back. I have not filmed a video, well, an F1 diecast video. I don't even know when I uploaded the last one, and the last time I filmed one was in May. So it's been a freaking damn long time. But I'm back today to film an F1 diecast video, and I've got a very, very special one. It's the first 2022 F1 diecast. Back to filming F1 diecasts. I'm kicking it old school.
Just kicking it old school, bitches.
Right, we just kicking it, bitches, and you know what?
Now, I started making these videos in 2017. Coincidentally, 2017 was the last major regulation change, at least in my opinion. The cars changed drastically from 2016 to 2017. But I only started making videos in 2017. I did review a couple cars from 14, 15, and 16, but I wasn't really a part of the old regulations before they changed. But this time, I have reviewed a ton of cars under the 17 to 21 regulations. There were minor changes in there, but I've reviewed a ton of cars from that aerodynamic generation, and now we are changing it all up. It's going to be completely different, and this is the first time I'm reviewing a car from this brand new regulation. Today, we are looking at Alpine Fernando Alonso from 2022. Y'all ever notice that I wipe the top of these boxes like all the freaking time? Like it's literally, I do it, you'll never unsee that. So excited to break into this car for more reasons than one, because of course, Fernando Alonso and Alpine, a bit of a trending topic right now, at least when I'm filming this video. It's right before the Belgium Grand Prix. I guess we're gonna see where this one goes in weeks time. So this is a Spark model, of course. Gosh, it's been so long since I've reviewed a traditional F1 diecast. I haven't even gotten a new one in like this scale since that Pierre Gasly back there. I don't even know how long ago that was. Or maybe the Bottas. I don't even remember which one came last. It's been so long. I haven't even uploaded a video on this channel in forever, because the last video I uploaded I was meant to upload on the podcast channel and just didn't. So yeah, check that out though. So we are now down on the table. I haven't gotten the car out of the box yet. We will take a look at it in just a second, but I wanted to talk about a few things first. Of course, this is the Alpine from 2022, specifically from Bahrain. Now, the difference, of course, from Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and the rest of the season is that the Alpine is all pink. It's completely pink. Which I didn't really want to get this one. I wanted the blue and pink Alpine, because I feel like that's more representative of what that car actually looks like. It only looked like this for 2 races. And when I see this pink car, I just don't think of Alpine. I think of Force India and Racing Point. I have this car. Coincidentally, it's Esteban Ocon, who now drives for Alpine, but this was back when he was with Force India, which later became Racing Point, which is now Aston Martin. I've got the Sebastian Vettel somewhere in the back that has this BWT sponsor. But I really like the blue Alpine better, and I think that's more representative of what it looks like, but I could not find that one for a decent price this time around. I also have, and we'll take a look at this more later, this right here is another Fernando Alonso diecast I have. It was for Fernando Alonso's final F1 start. Yeah, that went well, because now he's back, and he's been back, and he's going to be here for at least 2 more seasons, and that's where all the controversy with Fernando Alonso comes from, for this season at least. I mean, Fernando Alonso is a very controversial driver. He never seems to stay in one place. Fernando Alonso, he gets around, and a lot of teams have had a piece of Fernando Alonso, but let's stop talking about that, and let's get into this 2022 F1 diecast. I have not taken this car out of the packaging yet. I usually do before I make the videos, just so I can get a look at it. This is my first real time doing it, if I could do it. Here we go. Oh, something just fell out. Uh-oh, it's broken! Motherfuck! So we've got something here. It looks like it's supposed to be carbon fiber. Yeah, get a look at Jamie, can I get an up close on this one, please, quickly? I don't know if that's even his name. We're going to play some detective work and see if we can find where that piece is supposed to go. But I've never had a car quite, well, I have had a car broken out of the box at Romain Grosjean, but I've never had a car just fall apart like that. So that is interesting. Wow, though, there is going to be so much to talk about with this car. So let's get it off of the base, and we're going to take a look at this Spark Fernando Alonso. Everybody watching this video, guys and gals, if you collect F1 diecasts, you need to get your hands on a fucking 2022 car as fast as you fucking can. Because these things are freaking nuts. I've only looked at it for like a couple seconds, so I won't freak out. I won't fangirl out about them yet. But look at the detail on this freaking car, bro. Like, it's wow. This is just a Spark diecast. I've said it for a while, or we've been talking about this for a while, whether Spark and Mini Champs, which one is better between Spark and Mini Champs. But this is, I don't have a Mini Champs to this one yet, but this one is looking pretty good. So, of course, new front wing. It's more pointed. It's more rounded off, I think, than previous ones. I think it's got a simpler design. I know it's got a simpler design. I've got a 2022 car, or one right here. And they simplified this, but it's only got 3 or 4 levels to the winglets on the front here. Of course, Alpine, it's a French team, so it's got the French flag on there. BWT, famous, well, see, I still think of it as a Force India Racing Point sponsor. Fernando Alonso, ooh, boy, going to Aston Martin next year. More on that later. Here are the brand new tires for 2022. They're bigger, and they have the wheel covers. They don't spin. Sparks never have, but they do look pretty nice as it goes out of focus all the time. Here is a shitty comparison. I'll probably throw up a picture of that, the tires a little bit closer. They are definitely bigger. They look pretty nice. I actually do have only I think I just have one other car that's got wheel covers. It's the 2008 Robert Kubica, the Canadian Grand Prix win. All right, here's what I want to talk about now. Barge boards. I'm going to have to throw up a couple pictures of this. Barge boards are gone. There's just a whole open area here, and the detail on it is just crazy good. The carbon fiber just looks, it's so well detailed, and it just looks really, really nice. And of course, going down here, the Coke bottle, as they called it. I don't think I've ever called it that in this, but that's probably the best way to call it, or the best way to say it. This is one reason I think I'm going to get more 2022 diecasts, is that they are just all so unique in this area right here. The Alpine has a bit of a, I don't know if I could do it justice, but it's not as drastic of a hump here like Ferrari has, but it is the way they've got the air flowing right here is different from a lot of the other teams. I'm just realizing I've got to get the Mercedes because they've got no side pods or whatever. But that's what you get when you get a major aerodynamic change like this. You get a lot of interpretations, a lot of different interpretations of the rules. And of course, we've got, it looks like a couple bites taken out of the floor here. I've never seen a floor quite like this. The floor, if you need a flashback, has always been one of the most boring things I think on here. It's just a square. They cut it off. They cut it a little bit, made it a little bit rounder here in 2021, but it's not that interesting at all. But this floor is really weird looking. I mean, because it's a ground effect car, so most of the downforce comes from the floor, and that makes the floor interesting even when you look on the bottom, because look at this detail right here. Camera's flipping shit right now. I hate this. But, I mean, take a look down here. We've never had detail like this on the floor, at least not while I've been alive and making these videos. 2 very different time periods, by the way. I lived a lot longer than I'm making these videos. But even back here, I mean, look at that. Just look at the detail there. It's all, it's just, I can't even really put it into words. It's crazy, this diecast. Driver detail looks good. I'm going to have to show a picture of that. There's no way I'm going to really get that on camera properly. Rear wing is pretty simple. Taking a look at the back of the car right here, there's absolutely no rear diffuser. I don't know if they changed the rules. Well, I mean, they're kind of it. Well, no, it's not really similar to the rear diffuser of years prior. Side is essentially the same as the other one. We've got some sponsors tucked away in here. Right here, we got DuPont. This is very clearly a sticker, though. You can see the ridge right there. I didn't even see it from the top here. This looks pretty crazy, these two winglets right here. And of course, oh yeah, they've got this detail here too, the new brake covers or whatever the hell is going on, the wheel covers right here. Those are brand new as well to 2022. Pretty generic of a halo. I don't think a lot of them actually have winglets on them this year. There's a little bit of detail, but that is not a whole lot to write home about. What is interesting, though, is the driver, Fernando Alonso, who is driving for Aston Martin next year, which is crazy to me because I think Alpine is like way better than Aston Martin. But Fernando Alonso is a weird driver. His longest consecutive stint with the team is only 5 seasons, and I think that's with Ferrari. He's driven many years for this Alpine team back when it was Renault, but those were always broken up. I think it's 2003, 4, 5, and 6, and then 8 and 9, and then of course now 21 and 22. So he's driven for many years for this team, but he keeps going somewhere else and not winning. But as they say, and I don't actually know if they say this. I know I've said this before, but you either retire a world champion or you see yourself run long enough to become a back marker. And that is Fernando Alonso's back marker days were definitely with McLaren. But, still, Aston Martin, I don't know. Aston Martin got a shit this year. Of course, Alpine, the team. Alpine, I don't know why. I thought they were actually going to take a step back this year. I didn't think they would be as good as they were last year. They are hands down better than McLaren this year, though, in my opinion. I think they've got a really good driver lineup. I think McLaren is kind of struggling. They've got Lando Norris, but Daniel, he's not doing that great. Of course, Daniel Ricciardo is now gone, though. Well, he's still running for McLaren, but he's not going to be there next year. It'll be interesting to see how Alpine runs now that Fernando Alonso has decided to just jump ship like how he did. So we'll see how well they do as a team, and we'll see what Fernando Alonso, we'll see how well he does driving for a team. He sort of did dirty, if you ask me. Let's do a little bit of a comparison because we gotta. Here's the last 2021 car I reviewed. We'll line them up rear wheel to rear wheel. They're about the same length, not quite. The 2022 car is a little bit shorter. Of course, this is a Barago car, so it's cheap ass shit, but it's it'll do the job. I'm interested to see what the Barago cars look like for this year. I might actually pick them up because these, quite honestly, these are my least favorite cars to review. Because they're all pretty much the same and not that great, but we'll see what we get out of them this year, or if we even get them. A lot has changed. I really shouldn't be doing this comparison with the Barago car because there's never any detail on these to begin with. I just don't have a modern 2021 Mini Champs or Spark car to really do the comparison. But here's the last Fernando Alonso ride, or supposedly. You can see the wheel size is a little bit better. How the wheels are a hell of a lot bigger this year. The rear wheels and the front wheels, which is crazy because these wheels were also a lot bigger than their 2016 counterparts when they changed the sizes in 2017. But yeah, we've got the old McLaren. What do you guys think of Fernando Alonso now that I'm talking about it? Is he making a bad move, or is he on the money? Is Aston Martin going to make a huge jump next season? I don't know. Lawrence Stroll, he's got a lot of money, but if you ask me, he's putting a lot of money into getting some great drivers, but man, that car, what do you even call it anymore? Aston Martin has just fallen off. I mean, they were freaking winning cars in 2020. Sergio Perez won that race, and now they're 9th. So, yeah. But Alpine are doing pretty good. They're on the way up. Esteban Ocon won last year, and they're doing great this year. So, hopefully, I'm rooting for them. But that, quite honestly, I think is all I have to say. This is a fantastic-looking car. The 2022 cars look great. I thought they've looked really nice since the start of the season. But now, having the car in hands, yeah, it looks really, really well. Spark, I've been doing it right for a long time. They've come a long way since when I first started reviewing these cars. We'll get a Mini Champs here sometime, I assume. Well, I don't really want to pay for that. But we will get another 2022 diecast sometime in the future, although I am working on some other videos that have taken a bit longer, so look out for those ones. Some of them might not even be F1 related, so I know that y'all probably won't watch them, but do it anyway. Is this the return? Am I coming back? Am I making videos again on this channel? Well, I'll always be doing something for this channel, but I also have the podcast. You guys got to check that shit out because that's what I've been working on. And that will do it for this F1 diecast review. The Alpine A522 from Bahrain Grand Prix, Fernando Alonso. Thank you guys for watching this video. Subscribe, like the video, blah, blah, blah. Do all the shit. Watch the podcast. Subscribe to that YouTube channel. And I will see you in the next one. See ya. And I actually know how to do an outro for these videos. I don't know how to do that for the podcast. Because, yeah. See you guys then. I don't know when that is, but bye. I'm not good at outros, I guess.